Hello students, in this today's class we are going to discuss a very important topic that is called Van der Waals equation of real gases. Van der Waals equation of real gases. It is also known as a equation of state for real gases. Now here in the previous class we completed the real gases and compressibility factor. Okay, in this lecture we are going to discuss about the real gas equation that is called Van der Waals gas equation. Now to explain the behavior of real gases, J.D. Van der Waals in 1873 modified the ideal gas equation. He modified which equation? Ideal gas equation, and by applying appropriate corrections. By applying what? Appropriate corrections. He made two corrections in ideal gas equation. The first correction in pressure and the second correction in volume. By considering the following two conditions. Number one, volume of the gas molecules, that is the molecular volume. Number two, force of attractions between the gas molecules, that is called molecular attractions. He considered these two facts. Now we know in the KTG, that is the kinetic theory of molecular gases, according to kinetic gas equation or kinetic theory of gases, the volume occupied by the gas molecules is negligible as compared to the volume of the container, because the gaseous particles are considered to be point masses, due to which the volume covered by the each molecule will be negligible as compared to the volume of the container, according to kinetic theory of gases. That is only assumption. But in reality, if you see, the molecules will have finite volume. The molecules will have finite volume. That's why it should be considered the volume of the each molecule. It should be considered the volume of the each molecule. Number two, the gases do not have any attractions and repulsions among themselves. That is the assumption in the kinetic theory of gases. But if you see, in real gases, there must be some attractive forces between the gas molecules. Yes or no? So that's why he made two corrections, one correction in the volume and one correction in the pressure. Are you getting my point? This is very important concept. Now, first of all, we are discussing about the correction in the volume correction. Now, what is the ideal gas equation? PV is equal to, what is the ideal gas equation? PV is equal to nRT. Okay, for considering the ideal gas, I am taking Pi into Vi, where Pi stands for pressure of ideal gas and Vi stands for volume of the ideal gas, is equal to what? Pi into Vi is equal to what? nRT. Are you getting my point? In this equation, Vi stands for the volume for which available for the free momentum of the gas molecules. Generally, what is the volume of a gas? Generally, volume of a gas nothing but the empty space, free space available for the free momentum of the particles. Okay. Now, here if you see, total volume of the container will be V, and minus of I am subtracting volume not available for the free movement. Volume not available for the free movement. Okay. Now for ideal gas, the volume of gas molecules occupying will be negligible as compared to the total volume of the container. Yes or no? Let's suppose I am taking a container, closed container of volume V liters. Okay. Now here what I am doing here, I am taking some gas particles under high pressure. Under high pressure, what happens? They are come close together. Are you getting my point? Now let's suppose this is the volume occupied by the gas molecules. What is the volume covered by the gas molecules? Let's suppose here B is the volume covering by the molecules. Now this is the area, this is a prohibited area or a restricted area where the molecule cannot move, because this is the volume occupied by themselves only. What is the volume occupied by the gas molecules? B. What is the volume of the container? V. Now what will be the empty space or free space available for the gas molecules to move freely? Nothing but the total volume of the container minus of volume occupied by the gas molecules. This is called free volume, that is the volume available for the free movement of gas particles. Are you getting my point? Now in case of ideal gas, in case of which gas? Ideal gas, we are considering the volume occupied by the gas molecule is negligible, So here V minus B is equal to, shall I take the V, because almost B value, if it is negligible, then the volume of the gas molecules nothing but the, volume of the gas nothing but the volume of the container. Are you getting my point? But it is not true in case of a real gas. Because in real gas there should be some attractive forces and also there should be some finite volume. Real gases have finite volume. Are you getting my point? Now here, in case of ideal gas, the volume not available for the free momentum, let's suppose this is assumed to be 0. That means total volume is available. So that's why volume of the container is nothing but the volume of the ideal gas. But if you see in case of real gases, these two are not equal. That is, volume of gas is not equal to the volume occupied by the gas is not equal to the volume of container. Are you getting my point? Now to explain this, let's suppose I told you at high pressure, when pressure increases, what happens? Gas particles are come close together, okay, and gas particles occupying certain volume, and this volume cannot be ignored as compared to the total volume of the container. This is the one of the drawback in the kinetic theory of gases. Whereas in kinetic theory of gases, we explained that the volume occupied by the gas molecule can be neglected as compared to the total volume of the vessel. But in case of a real gases, this is a false statement, incorrect statement. Okay. Now let's suppose the volume occupied by the gas molecules will be B and the volume of the container will be the V. Then what is the volume of the ideal gas? Vi is equal to V minus B. What is the V? Volume of the container. And what is the B? Volume occupied by 1 mole of a gas. Volume occupied by the 1 mole of a gas. This B is also known as a co-volume or excluded volume, prohibited volume, excluded volume. This volume is not available for the free momentum of the particles. Yes, because this is the volume occupied by the gas particles alone. So this is the volume covered by the gas particles. So this is not available to travel freely. So what is the free volume available for gas particles to move? That will be total volume minus volume occupied by the gas molecules. That is not available for the free momentum of the gas particles. That will be B. So overall volume will be equal to V minus B. Are you getting my point? Now this B is also known as a Van der Waals constant. This B is also known as which constant? Van der Waals constant, honor of the scientist. This is a proportional, this is a constant which is a Van der Waals constant. Okay. Now come to for n moles of a gas. Let's suppose for 1 mole of a gas, what is the volume occupied by the gas molecules? B. Let's suppose we have n moles of a real gas. In case of n moles of a real gas, what is the volume occupied by the molecules? That will be n into B. What is the total volume of the container? V. And what will be the free space? V minus NB. This is the volume correction. What is the volume correction? Vi is equal to V minus NB. So what is the ideal gas equation here? We know that is equal to, what is the ideal gas equation? We have PV is equal to nRT. Okay. In PV is equal to nRT, PV is equal to nRT. Now I am making correction in the volume. Now the volume changes into V minus NB instead of V. Are you getting my point? So this is called volume correction. This is called what? Volume correction. The excluded volume B will be 4 times to the actual volume of the gas molecule. This will be, that is the B is equal to 4 times of the actual volume of the gas molecule. Let's suppose, what is the volume of a gas molecule? Let's suppose V. Okay, 4 times of the gas molecule, that is the 4V, will be equal to the excluded volume. Okay, now here we can prove how the excluded volume B will be equal to 4 times to the volume of the individual gas molecule. Now consider bimolecular collisions. Now here generally what happens, molecules they undergo collision. Okay, now in this collision, if two molecules are allowed to collide with each other, such collisions are known as a bimolecular collision. It is assumed to be which molecular collisions? Bimolecular collisions. And each molecule is assumed to be spherical in shape. Now what is the radius of a sphere? Here small r. Okay. Now here consider a gas particle. Let's suppose it is a hard sphere. Okay. Now there is a one more gas particle of same radius, that will be the small r. Okay. Now these are the two gas particles. Now what will be the radius of the each sphere? Small r. So here what is the distance between the two centers? R plus r, 2r. Are you getting my point? Now if you take the radius as a 2r, that is r plus r, and consider a large sphere of radius 2r. If you consider a sphere of radius how much? 2r. This will be the sphere of radius how much? 2r. That is r plus r, 2r. Are you getting my point? Here also r plus r, 2r. Now in this large sphere, that is the radius of 2r, if you observe this shaded area which is known as a excluded volume. This is known as which volume? Excluded volume. This is the volume not available for the free momentum of the gas particles. And one more important thing, now it is not possible to enter the third molecule into this sphere, because in this only we are considering the bimolecular collisions. That means that the third sphere center of mass cannot lie in this sphere. Are you getting my point? If you see in any direction, only two gas particles can come close, very closest to each other. And the distance between the two centers will be how much? 2r. Are you getting my point? Now here, if you see this excluded volume, we have to find. Now in this excluded volume, how many molecules are there? 2 molecules. So pair of molecules. What is the volume of sphere of radius 2r? What is the volume of a sphere? V is equal to 4 by 3 into pi r cube. Okay. Now instead of r, now I am taking the radius 2r. Are you getting my point? So 2r, that is 4 by 3 into pi into, instead of r, I am writing the 2r, that will be the 2r whole cube. So 2 to the power 3, nothing but 8 into 4 by 3 into pi into r cube. Now I want to calculate for one molecule, each molecule, what will be the excluded volume? This is the excluded volume for 2 molecules. So what is the excluded volume for 2 molecules? 8 into 4 by 3 pi r cube. I want to find the excluded volume for one molecule, so divided by 2. So 2 ones are here, 2 twos are here, 4. So 4 into 4 by 3 pi into r cube. So what is the 4 by 3 into pi into r cube? Nothing but the volume of the each molecule. Are you getting my point? That means the excluded volume, the co-volume V will be equal to the 4 times of the actual volume of the gas molecule. Okay, this is corresponding to one molecule. Let's suppose I have 1 mole of gas molecules. In case of 1 mole of gas molecules, B will be equal to 4 into Avogadro number. Are you getting my point? 4 into Avogadro number into volume of the each molecule. From here, what is the volume of each molecule? V equal to B divided by 4 into Na. What is the Na here? Avogadro number. What is the Na here? Avogadro number. Okay. Now the next very important point, the B value depends on the size of the molecule. As the size of the molecule increases, the B value also increases. Are you getting my pen? Let's suppose some example, hydrogen gas and helium gas. Two gases we have. If you see the van der Waals constant B for hydrogen is greater than helium. But in the second case, hydrogen and nitrogen van der Waals constant B will be more. In the third example, hydrogen and carbon dioxide has the more van der Waals constant B. In next example, dinitrogen and carbon dioxide, here carbon dioxide has more van der Waals constant B. And one more example, nitrogen and oxygen, nitrogen has more van der Waals constant B as compared to oxygen. Okay. Now the value of B depends only on the nature of the gas. This is very important. Now the van der Waals constant B is a characteristic constant and which depend upon what? Nature of gas only. And it is independent on the external factors like pressure, volume, temperature. Remember, as the temperature increases, the B value slightly increases, but the increase in the B value is almost negligible by practically it was observed. Are you getting my point? That means the B value is almost independent on this temperature. But strictly speaking, B value slightly changes by increasing of the temperature, but the increase in the value of B will be neglected in case of practical purpose, regarding the practical purpose. Now, the second correction, that will be the pressure correction. Let us consider a real gas has a pressure how much? P. What is the pressure of a real gas? P. Okay. Now the molecules that exert the force on the walls of the container will get attracted by the molecules on the immediate layer which are not assumed to exerting the pressure. Now to understand this sentence, let's suppose consider this diagram. It is a closed container. Let's suppose this is which vessel? Closed vessel. Okay. I am taking the one particle inside the container. Now this molecule is equally attracted by all of its neighboring molecules. Yes. This molecule is equally attracting all of its neighboring molecules. Yes. That means this molecule on this molecule, net force of attraction becomes what? 0. Net force of attraction become what? 0. That's why here no pressure regarding such particle. Are you getting my point? The pressure of a gas is only due to the collisions made on the walls of the vessel. This is very important. What is the definition of a pressure? Pressure is nothing but force acting per unit area. That means if when molecule, if it is considered on the wall, at the inside of the wall, then what happens? Now it is exactly at the boundary of the wall. That means only the molecule is interiorly attracted by its neighbors, but outside there will be no any molecule. That's why here there will be some net force of attraction. There will be some net force of attraction, and net force of attraction is not equal to 0. Now you see this molecule is trying to colliding on the surface of the wall, due to which this molecule will exert the pressure. Pressure is only due to collisions of the molecule on the surface of the vessel, but not the collisions among the gas particles. When gas particles collide among themselves, there will be no pressure. Only pressure is due to collisions of the gas molecules on the walls of the vessel. This is very important. Now when this particle is trying to colliding on the surface of the vessel, but its nearby molecules, what they are doing, they try to pull that molecule towards backside, due to which this molecule has less force of attraction, less collisions, or less number of collisions on the surface of the wall. Why the number of collisions decreases here? Because the inner molecules, what they are doing, they try to pull the outer molecule, that is which is not outer molecule, which is nearer the wall of the container, due to which its pressure decreases. That's why if you observe the real gas and ideal gas, the pressure of a ideal gas the pressure of a ideal gas is always greater than the pressure of a ideal gas is always greater than the pressure of a real gas. Pressure of a ideal gas will be greater than the pressure of a real gas. Why the pressure of a real gas will be less as compared to the pressure of ideal gas? Because in the ideal gas there will be no any attractive force, but in case of a real gas there must be some attractive forces. Due to attractive forces, the molecules, they try to attract the molecule which is just near the boundary, near the wall of the container, due to which the molecule which is at the boundary of the wall has less tendency to collide on the surface. Due to less tendency of collision, there will be less pressure. That means pressure of real gas is less as compared to the pressure of the ideal gas. Are you getting my point? Now, what will be the pressure of a real gas? I told you P. Now then what will be the pressure of ideal gas? Pressure of a ideal gas will be equal to the pressure of real gas plus some reduced pressure. How much pressure decreases here? If you add that pressure, so that you will get the total pressure of the ideal gas. Are you getting my point? Now the reduced pressure is lost by the gas molecule will be due to whom? Attractions. Why the pressure will decreases? Due to attractive forces. Due to attractive forces. Here also if you observe, the molecules that exert the force on the walls of the container will get attracted by the molecules of the next immediate layer of the molecules, and which are not assumed to be exerting the pressure. That means the next layer of the molecules means these are the next layer of the molecules. Okay, they try to attract the molecule which is near the inside the wall of the container. That's why the pressure will what happens? Decreases. Okay, now the reduced pressure, the pressure which decreases is directly proportional to number one, concentration of the molecules which are hitting the walls of the container, number one, and also directly proportional to concentration of the molecules which are attracting the hitting molecules, which are attracting the collision molecules. That means here what is the definition of a concentration? Concentration is nothing but number of moles divided by volume of the container or volume of the solution. Let's suppose we have here n moles of a ideal gas, n moles of a real gas, and the volume of a vessel will be V. So what is the concentration here? N by V. Are you getting my point? That means as the concentration of the particles increases, what happens? The pressure, because of attractive forces, the pressure will also decreases due to attractive forces. The more concentration, more decrease in the pressure. More concentration, more decrease in the pressure regarding the real gas. Are you getting my point? Now, what is the definition? What is the formula of concentration? Number of moles divided by volume. Okay. Let's suppose n moles of a gas is there and volume of a vessel will be V liters. So concentration will be N by V. Now the reduced pressure will directly proportional to concentration of the hitting molecules. Number one, concentration of a molecules which are attracting the hitting molecules. Are you getting my point? That is also N by V, because N is a very large number. Okay, N by V. So N by V into N by V, that will N square by V square. That means the reduced pressure is directly proportional to N square upon V square. Now by removing the proportionality, I am writing a proportionality constant capital A. So finally what I am writing? The reduced pressure will be equal to A into N square by V square. What is the A here? Van der Waals constant. A is called what? Van der Waals constant. Are you getting my point? Van der Waals constant. Now, what is the pressure of ideal gas? P ideal will be equal to P plus P ideal will be equal to, this is the P ideal will be equal to what? P plus reduced pressure. What will be the reduced pressure? A into N square by V square. So I am adding the pressure of a real gas P plus some reduced pressure A into N square by V square if it is added, so that you will get the total pressure of a ideal gas. Are you getting my point? Now regarding the A, what is the A? A is known as a van der Waals constant, which depend upon the strength of the intermolecular force of attraction. Depends upon what? Strength of the intermolecular force of attraction. Do you know intermolecular force of attraction depending upon the nature of the gas molecule? That means the molecule is polar molecule or non-polar molecule. What is the meaning of a polar and non-polar? If there will be a electronegativity difference between the two bonded atom, then such bond is called polar covalent bond. If the electronegativity between the two atoms will be almost same, that means electronegativity difference will be zero, such bond is called non-polar. Are you getting my point? And what is the geometry of the molecule? And what is the molar mass of the gas involved? Are you getting my point? That means the intermolecular force of attractions, intermolecular force of attraction directly related with van der Waals constant A. Van der Waals constant A will be the indirectly strength of intermolecular force of attraction. Generally polar nature increases, molecular mass increases, strength of intermolecular force of attraction increases, thereby thereby van der Waals constant A increases. Van der Waals constant A also increases. Now stronger the force of attractions, greater will be the van der Waals constant. Stronger the force of attraction, just now I told you intermolecular force of attraction increases, van der Waals constant also increases. Now here one example, ammonia and nitrogen. The ammonia van der Waals constant A is greater than the dinitrogen because ammonia is a polar molecule. Ammonia is a polar, whereas dinitrogen gas will be a non-polar. Dinitrogen gas is a non-polar. Just now I told you polar molecule will have more intermolecular force of attraction, thereby they have more small a, that is the van der Waals constant. Okay, now come to what is the final volume correction here? V minus NB. What is the pressure correction? Pi is equal to P plus A into N square by V square. Now what is the ideal gas equation? Pi Vi is equal to nRT. Instead of Pi, shall I write P plus A into N square by V square? What is the Vi? V minus NB will be equal to nRT. So this is called which equation? Van der Waals real gas equation, corresponding to how many moles of real gas? N moles of a real gas. In case of n value 1, then P plus A by V square into V minus B is equal to RT. This is regarding 1 mole of real gas. How many mole of real gas? 1 mole real gas. This is corresponding to n mole real gas. So this is the van der Waals equation for n moles. P plus A into N square by V square into V minus NB is equal to nRT. And the second one will be the for 1 mole of a real gas, that will be P plus A by V square into V minus B is equal to nRT. Sorry, here we are taking n value 1, so we can write P plus A by V square into V minus B is equal to what? R into T. Now A and B are called van der Waals constants, and which are depending upon the nature of the gas. Okay, now what are the units for van der Waals constants? Van der Waals constant A. What are the units for van der Waals constant A? Now what will be the reduced pressure? P is equal to A into N square by V square. From here I want to find the A value. So what is the A here? A is equal to, here once again I am writing here. What is the van der Waals equation? What will be the reduced pressure? P is equal to A into N square by V square. From here A is equal to, shall write P into V square upon N square? Yes. P into V square upon N square is equal to A. Do you know P stands for pressure, that will be in atmosphere. Volume stands for in generally liter, so liter square divided by N stands for number of moles, so I am writing mole square. Atmosphere liter square mole to the power minus 2. This is the first unit for the van der Waals constant A. In case of pressure, if you want to take in terms of bar, then the volume will be in the decimeter cube. So liter square decimeter cube whole square and mole to the power minus 2. Otherwise, if you want to take the pressure in Pascal, that means pressure will be in the Newton per meter square. Okay, and what will be the volume here? Volume will be equal to meter cube. Volume will be equal to what? Meter cube. Then you will get Newton meter to the power 4 mole to the power minus 2. Now come to the van der Waals constant B. Now van der Waals constant B, what are the units? B is equal to N into B. What is the B? That will be excluded volume and co-volume. That is 1 mole. If you have N mole of real gas, that will be N into B. Here I have to write the units for B. So B is equal to, shall I write V by N? What is the V? Volume. Volume expressed in liters, N expressed in mole. So liter per mole. Liter per mole. In case of liter, nothing but decimeter cube. Here mole inverse. Otherwise in SI unit, what is the volume? Meter cube. And in SI unit, mole is mole. So mole inverse. Are you getting my point? Now this is a very important topic regarding the significance of van der Waals constants. Now what are the characteristic points of the van der Waals constant? Just now I told you van der Waals constant A will be the A will be the significance of intermolecular force of attractions. Greater the intermolecular force of attractions, greater will be the van der Waals constant A value. Number 2, van der Waals constant B is the measure of effective size of the gas molecule. B corresponding to effective size and A corresponding to intermolecular force of attractions. Okay. Now we know the excluded volume, which will be equal to 4 times of the actual volume of the gas molecule. Next point. As the B value will be larger, that means the molecular size will be larger. When the molecular size will be larger, that means it will be less compressible. Smaller is the compressible. Smaller is the compressible volume. Are you getting my point? If the molecular size increases, the molecule will less compressible. The molecule will less compressible. Okay. Van der Waals constant A and B depending upon the nature of the gas. Yes. Just now I explained. And slightly they changes with changing of temperature. Are you getting my point? For gases with lower molecular weight, A value will be quite low. That means the A value directly related with molecular weight. The gas with lower molecular weight will have lower A value and gas with higher molecular weight will have higher A value. Indirectly nothing but intermolecular forces. Intermolecular forces indirectly. Example, hydrogen and helium, they have very small, very low A value because their molar mass is very low. Are you getting my point? That means suppose you have nitrogen gas, you have ammonia gas. Which gas has high molar mass? Ammonia. So that's why ammonia has greater A value as compared to dinitrogen. Are you getting my point? The greater the value of van der Waals constant A of a gas, greater will be the tendency to liquefy. This is very important. The liquefaction of a gas depending upon the intermolecular force of attraction. If the intermolecular force of attraction increases, the tendency of a gas to undergo liquefaction is also increases. That's why the gas easily undergo liquefaction. Okay. Now the increasing order of liquefaction of various gases given below: helium less than, hydrogen less than, oxygen less than, nitrogen less than, carbon dioxide less than, hydrochloric acid less than, ammonia less than SO2. That means SO2 will be most easily liquefied gas. Most easily liquefied gas because it has very high van der Waals constant small a, and helium will be least liquefied gas, because it has very low van der Waals constant A. Are you getting my point? Now for a gas, the van der Waals constant of attraction A is always greater than the van der Waals constant of volume B. That means if you take a particular any gas whose van der Waals constant A will be always greater than the van der Waals constant B. Let's suppose we have one imported gases van der Waals constant values listed here. The first gas will be ammonia. If you see the van der Waals constant A value liter square atm or atm liter square mole to the power -2, and van der Waals constant B value that will be liter per mole. If you see ammonia 4.17 and A value and B value 0.0371. Similarly, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, chlorine, hydrogen, hydrochloric acid, oxygen, sulfur dioxide, and helium and water. Now, if you see out of these gases, which gas has higher A value? If you see SO2, sulfur dioxide, that means sulfur dioxide easily undergo liquefaction. And which gas has least A value? Which gas has very least A value? That will be the helium. Are you getting my point? That means helium is the least liquefied gas and SO2 most easily liquefied gas. If you see any particular gas A value, B value, if you compare A value of ammonia greater than the B value, similarly CO2, carbon monoxide, any gas if you take whose van der Waals constant A is always greater than the van der Waals constant B. Okay. Now come to the next point. Suppose if two gases have same value of van der Waals constant B. Two gases have same value of van der Waals constant B and different values of van der Waals constant A. Then the gas having the larger A value, the gas which having larger A value, what is the meaning of a larger A value? More intermolecular force of attraction. When the intermolecular force of attractions are very high, the molecules try to come close together, due to which they occupy less volume, they cover less volume due to more attractions among the gas molecules, thereby decreasing the distance between the gas particles. Yes. Are you getting my point? If two gases have the same B value and different A value, the gas which has higher A value, van der Waals constant A value, has greater tendency of intermolecular force of attraction. That's why that gas will occupy less volume. Now the next point, if two gases will have same van der Waals constant A but different van der Waals constant B, then what happens? The gas molecule which having the smaller B value will show more compressibility. Here the B value increases, the molecule less compressible. If the B value decreases, the molecule more compressible. More compressible, lesser volume. Less compressible, more volume. Are you getting my point? Now here the easy of liquefaction of a gas. Easy of liquefaction of gas directly proportional to what is the van der Waals constant A signifies intermolecular force of attraction, and what is the van der Waals constant B signifies effective size. That means if the real gas whose van der Waals constant A is very high and whose van der Waals constant B value is very low, then A by B ratio become very high. Once the A by B ratio become very high, the gas will undergo liquefaction very easily. Are you getting my point? Suppose to compare the 2 or 3 gases given in the question, compare the order of liquefaction, then you have to see A value and B value. Suppose if the A value will be same, the gas with different B values, lesser the B value, easily compressible. Okay, easily compressible, that means less volume it will occupy. Are you getting my point? Now here the important thing is the A value and B value. Suppose if the B value is same, then compare with A value. Which gas has more A value? That gas has more intermolecular force of attraction. Which gas has more intermolecular force of attraction? That gas will undergo easy liquefaction. If different A values and different B values, then Calculate the A by B ratio and observe that gas which has A by B ratio very high, that gas can easily undergo liquefaction. Are you getting my point? Now, suppose what is the B, that will be the volume occupied by the gas molecule, which is equal to 4 times of the volume occupied by the actual volume of the molecule. This is regarding 1 mole. Suppose if I have 1 molecule, are you getting my point? Now suppose if you see 1 mole, then 4 into Avogadro number into V. So here what is the V? Volume of the gas molecule. What will be the volume? That will be 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 into pi into r cube. Suppose if the van der Waals constant be given, find the radius of the molecule. Shall we find the radius? Yes. First of all, calculate the r cube. From this you can find the cube root. Otherwise, if the molecule radius is given, can you find the van der Waals constant B? Yes, we can find. So this is B is equal to 4 into Avogadro number 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 into 4 by 3 into pi r cube. Are you getting my point? Now here, applications of van der Waals gas equation. This is a very important. Okay. Now here there are different cases. What is the first case? We have at very low pressure. If the real gas has at very low pressure, do you know pressure is very low? Pressure is what? Very low. When the pressure is very low, do you know volume will be very high? Volume will be very high. When the volume is very high, then if you see V minus NB is the volume of the gas. Now here if the volume very high, then whatever the volume occupied by the individual molecule can be neglect. Yes. That means here if you see, it is almost equal to V. That means what we are neglecting here? B value I am neglecting. That means if you see only 1 mole of a van der Waals equation, P plus A by V square into V minus B equal to RT. Okay. Now I am ignoring the B value. So what about the net equation? P plus A by V square into V equal to RT. By simplification, P into V, PV, A by V square into V, that will be A by V. So bring the A by V to the right side. So PV will be equal to RT minus of A by V, dividing RT on both sides. So we will get PV by RT is equal to 1 minus A by RT. Do you know PV by RT value? That is nothing but compressibility factor for 1 mole of a real gas. Yes. Now the compressibility factor value Z is equal to 1 minus A by R T V or VRT. That means, do you know here the Z value less than 1? Yes. What is the meaning of Z less than 1? Z less than 1 means it shows which deviation? Negative deviation from ideal behavior. This is very important. When pressure is very low, so the gas will show which deviation? Negative deviation. Come to next one. Fairly high pressure gas at which pressure? High pressure. Do you know what is the A by V square? A by V square nothing but signifies the intermolecular forces. Now what is the actual pressure? P plus A into N square by V square. Now here P value is very high. So when P value is very high, the van der Waals constant A value, shall I neglect here? Yes. That's why instead of P plus A into N square by V square, otherwise if you take the 1 mole, P plus A into 1 by V square, V minus B is equal to RT. Here I am ignoring the A value. So net equation you will get P into V minus B is equal to RT. So P into V, PV minus P into B, PB is equal to RT. If you bring the minus PB to the right side, you will get the PV equal to RT plus PB, and dividing RT on both sides, PV by RT nothing but compressibility factor Z. On the right side, RT by RT, that is 1 plus PB by RT. So overall compressibility factor Z is equal to 1 plus PB by RT. Remember, this final expression is very important, because in the question it is given what is the van der Waals gas equation for 1 mole of a real gas at high pressure. Z is equal to 1 plus PB by RT. What is the van der Waals gas equation compression factor when at low pressure? Z is equal to 1 minus A by RTB. 1 minus A by RTB. Now here if you observe Z value greater than 1, yes, Z value greater than 1, that means which deviation? Positive deviation from ideal behavior. So this is very important. That means at low pressure negative deviation, at high pressure positive deviation. Come to one more is there, at very low pressure. Remember, first one low pressure, third one very low pressure. The difference is very low pressure. When the gas is at very low pressure, that means volume is too low, volume is very less. Then whatever the pressure will be very high. When pressure will be very high, if you compare with P and A by V square for 1 mole, so shall I ignore the A value when I compare with very small volume? Very small volume, very low pressure, just wait. Now, the third case here, at very low pressure. When the pressure is very low, when the pressure is very low, so what is the volume will be very high. When the volume is very high and pressure is very low, are you getting my point? That means pressure is very low. Here P plus A by V square, if you see, pressure will be very low. Now here compare with A by V square and P. Here A by V square I am neglecting, so I am equating the P plus A by V square is equal to P. Are you getting my point? Because P is very low means V is very high. V is very high means 1 by V is very low. Yes, 1 by V very low. That means 1 by V square is also too low. That means very, very, very less. That's why 1 by V square into A I am neglecting. So instead of A plus P by V square I am equating P. P plus A by V square I am equating P. And also V minus NB or V minus B. You take V minus B for 1 mole of a real gas. Now V is very high, so V is very high. So in case of in comparison with B, V is very high. So I am neglecting the B. So that's why V minus B. Shall I take the V? Yes. Now here I am ignoring both A and B. So P plus A by V square into V minus B is equal to RT. This is the real gas equation. Here I am using A value 0 and B value 0. So P into V equal to directly RT. So PV is equal to RT means compression factor Z is equal to PV by RT. So which is equal to 1. That means this is a perfectly which gas? Ideal gas. That means here there will be no deviation. That's why the gases will approach ideal behavior where at very low pressure. Gases behaves ideal nature at very low pressure and at very high temperature. Are you getting my point? At very high temperature, what happens? If you increase the temperature, the kinetic energy of the molecules increases. Once the kinetic energy of molecule increases, the molecules they move far away from each other. Once they are moving far away from each other, so we can ignore the intermolecular force of attraction, that is will be A by V square. And one more important thing, when gas molecules are moving far away from each other, the individual volume occupied by the gas molecule can also negligible when compared to the total volume of the container. That means in that case, that is the high temperature case also, both A comma B neglected, so you will get the ideal gas equation. Are you getting my point? And one more, hydrogen and helium. Do you know hydrogen and helium, they possess very low molecular mass, very low molecular mass directly proportional to intermolecular force of attraction. So they have very low intermolecular force of attractions. Once they have very low intermolecular force of attraction, we can neglect A by V square, because it is corresponding to intermolecular force of attraction. Now here, what is the ideal gas? What is the real gas? 1 mole of real gas P plus A by V square into V minus B equal to what? R into T. Now here A by V square I am neglecting, so P plus 0, that will be P into V PV minus P into B PB equal to what? RT. So shall I write PV is equal to RT plus PB. I am dividing RT on both sides, so I am getting PV by RT on the left side, RT by RT, that will be 1, and right side PB by RT, 1 plus PB by RT. Z will be equal to 1 plus PB by RT. That means Z value is always greater than 1. Always greater than 1. That means positive deviation from ideal behavior. Positive deviation. So if you see in the last class, that is the compression factor versus pressure. If you see hydrogen and helium, they always show positive deviation irrespective of the pressure. Are you getting my point?